Hey, Cowboy Nation! Welcome back to the channel where we break down all things Dallas Cowboys with passion, insight, and a whole lot of love for the silver and blue. Today, we've got a massive topic to dive into, and it's one that's got the NFL world buzzing. Did the Cowboys dodge a bullet? And for once, did Jerry Jones come out on the winning side of a deal? We're talking about the breaking news surrounding Micah Parsons and his recent injury concerns that could have derailed a blockbuster trade. Buckle up, because we're going deep into this story, breaking it down from every angle, and giving you the full scoop on what this means for the Cowboys, the Green Bay Packers, and the future of one of the NFL's brightest stars. Now, I know we said we wouldn't talk about Micah Parsons today, but this news is too big to ignore. We're going to unpack the details of his injury, what it means for his career, and why the Cowboys might just have lucked out this time. Plus, we'll talk about how Dallas can move forward without their star edge rusher and what this all means for the upcoming season. So, grab your star-emblazoned gear, let's fire up that Cowboys pride, and dive right in. And as always, stick around until the end for my thoughts on what Cowboy Nation needs to do to keep the momentum going. Let's get it! Alright, let's get straight to the heart of the matter. The big news rocking the NFL right now is about Micah Parsons and a serious injury concern that's come to light. According to reports, Parsons is dealing with an L4, L5 facet joint sprain in his lower back. This isn't just a minor tweak, this is a significant issue that could impact his performance as one of the league's most explosive pass rushers. To make things even more intense, it's been reported that Parsons may need an epidural injection before games to manage the pain. That's right, an epidural, not just to get through the season, but potentially before every single game. Now, let's put this in context. This injury news came up in the midst of trade discussions, and here's where things get wild. Apparently, the Green Bay Packers, who were reportedly interested in acquiring Parsons, were not fully aware of the extent of this injury before moving forward with trade talks. The Cowboys, however, passed Parsons' physical, which allowed the trade discussions to proceed. But here's the kicker, this injury could have major long-term implications, and it seems like Dallas may have avoided a massive risk by not finalizing a deal. Is this a case of Jerry Jones finally getting it right? Let's break it down. Injury is key to seeing why it's such a big deal. The L4, L5 vertebrae are located in the lower back, and they're critical for spinal movement and stability. Specifically, the facet joints are small, cartilage-lined points of contact between each vertebra. These joints are surrounded by a fibrous capsule filled with synovium, a lubricating fluid that allows for smooth movement. For a player like Micah Parsons, whose game relies on explosive movements, bending, and power from a three-point stance, the L4, L5 facet joints are under immense stress. We're talking about a guy who's constantly exploding off the line, twisting, turning, and absorbing hits while trying to get to the quarterback. According to medical experts, the L4, L5 area can handle up to 30% of the axial loading, the force coming down through the spine, during intense physical activity. So, when you've got a sprain in this area, meaning the capsule or surrounding ligaments are stretched or torn, it's a big problem. A sprain like this can happen in a couple of ways, either from a direct impact, like a hard hit during a game, or from chronic overloading, repetitive stress from training and playing at an elite level. Parsons has reportedly been given oral steroids to reduce inflammation, but when that's not enough, the next step is an epidural injection. This isn't the same kind of epidural you might think of for childbirth. It's a targeted injection of a steroid, like dexamethasone, into the epidural space around the spine. The goal is to reduce inflammation, relieve pressure, and manage pain so the player can perform. The good news: most uncomplicated facet joint sprains heal in about 2 to 4 weeks with proper rest and treatment. The bad news: if Parsons chooses to play through the pain with the help of epidurals, there's a real risk of re-aggravation, which could turn this into a chronic nagging issue that haunts him throughout the season, and potentially his career. We're talking about reduced range of motion, less trunk control, decreased explosiveness, and even challenges with side-to-side agility. For an elite pass rusher like Parsons, who's known for his speed and power, this is a massive concern. Now, let's talk about the trade angle, because this is where things get really interesting. The Green Bay Packers were reportedly in hot pursuit of Micah Parsons, and it's no secret why. Parsons is a generational talent, a linebacker/edge rusher hybrid who can single-handedly change the outcome of a game. He's got the stats to back it up: multiple Pro Bowl selections, All-Pro honors, and a knack for getting to the quarterback. The Packers, looking to bolster their defense, saw Parsons as a game-changer who could take them to the next level. But here's where the plot thickens. During trade discussions, it's standard practice for a player to undergo a physical to ensure they're healthy before the deal is finalized. In Parsons' case, the Cowboys passed his physical, which gave the green light for talks to move forward. However, it's now coming to light that the Packers may not have been fully aware of the severity of Parsons' back injury. This raises some big questions. Did the Cowboys know more than they let on? Was this a case of Dallas getting lucky, or did Jerry Jones and the front office play this one perfectly? From the Cowboys' perspective, this could be seen as dodging a bullet. Parsons is a cornerstone of their defense, and trading him away would have been a massive gamble, especially if his injury issues were downplayed or unknown at the time. If the trade had gone. Let's take a moment to talk about Jerry Jones, because this situation has a lot of fans saying, did Jerry finally get it right? For years, Cowboys Nation has been frustrated with some of